Welcome back to Middle of the Pack,
I'm Pip.
and I am Fax. Pip, we've got some news.
We do indeed.
We've got some news today, some little highlights from the past week, and then obviously everyone's here because we're going to be covering game 1 and 2
Oh, yeah.
of
That's the
the
meat and
NBA Finals.
potatoes.
Oh, yeah. And there's some shit to say over there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my God. But first, we need to talk about something that is already near and dear to your heart.
It hurts.
Dan Hurley. Dan Hurley has decided not to sign with the Los Angeles Lakers.
Yeah, he chose to go back to college and stay at UConn. The Lakers gave him a $70 million offer. He was going to already just come straight from college to be like a top 6 paid coach in the NBA off rip. I was just like, no, I'm good.
70 million. Yeah, and it's obviously because he wanted to leverage his play at UConn, get some more money with them, get a 3-peat.
Yeah, I think he's definitely using that offer from the Lakers to turn that down and then walk right back to UConn and be like, huh? What you gonna pay me now?
So
Pay me, please.
Yeah, I mean literally, because if you're an NBA team too, it's not like he lost out his chance at going to the NBA, right? You know, any other NBA team, I'm sure, would be inclined to at least give him an interview at the very least.
Yeah.
And he has that offer with the Lakers for all we know, but he could turn around and be like, you know what, fuck it, I'm going anyway.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me him going back to UConn if we see an ESPN notification pop up on all of our phones that says Dan Hurley becomes the highest paid college basketball coach of all time.
Oh, yeah.
It's definitely in the realm of possibilities after declining in one of the most historic franchises of all time, telling them, no, I'm good. You can keep your $70 million.
Yeah, I mean, he's trying to build his own historic franchise.
Which he's doing a pretty good job of.
I mean, yeah, it's pretty efficient. It's going well so far, I will say.
But now the Lakers are stranded with no coach.
JJ Redick just entered the chat.
Yeah. I'm kind of indifferent on it.
Okay.
I don't mind. I like the mind of JJ Redick because I'll be listening to the podcast with him and LeBron.
Yeah.
I don't know how that would translate to being a head coach, or if this would be more of like a social move. And it'd be a weird dynamic of like player to coach, but also when we get off work, we're now co-host of our own show together.
Yeah.
It'd be kind of a weird dynamic in my eyes. I'm not doubting JJ Redick's basketball knowledge. He shows that all the time, that he is really fucking smart when it comes to ball. But I don't know. It could work. It could fail. It's the Lakers. As of recently, they're probably going to fuck it up. So
yeah. I mean, that could happen. And I mean, I was looking at that when it initially came out because I looked at it as a possibility because the Part of My Take boys had said something about it as well. When they interviewed JJ, they were like, oh, hey, if the Lakers job opens up, are you going to go for it? And then JJ got all coy about it. And when I first saw it, like, actually possibly happening, I was just thinking Jeff Saturday, I'll be honest. Not because I doubt JJ's coaching ability. That has nothing to do with that. It was more of just okay, this is a person who knows ball really, really well, because Jeff Saturday was an all-pro center, the guy who needs to know everything. So I'm like, how would this work in the NBA? How would it translate? You know, is he going to say everything matter-of-factly, and is it going to come off in a certain way? And is it going to be toxic in the locker room? Or is it because since he was a player and he kind of has like a almost recommendation from LeBron in a way, I feel like in a secondary type of way because they had that show together. So clearly he likes him.
yeah,
Would he be better in the locker room? Would the locker room be more receptive to him?
I always tend to like player coaches a lot better, just for the simple fact of I think it's easier to connect with people that you've also done the exact same thing as them.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's easier to come and be like, oh, you probably should have avoided this screen or done a swing pass over this way or made this back cut. And it's like, okay, with some dude that's never played ball before, it's like, what the fuck do you know? But
Yeah.
JJ's been doing this shit for a long time.
Yeah, and I
And
mean,
he
it was
breaks
good.
down plays so far in detail that it blows my mind.
Yeah, truly, yeah. That's, like, one thing as I've been trying to get more and more into basketball and the actual meat and potatoes and the analysis of it, I've always really liked JJ's breakdowns because he takes you through the mechanics and the mentality and then the flow and how one ball hits another ball and how they both kinda roll down the hill type of deal. He's very good. I do enjoy listening to him.
It's cool to think about, but I'm just if they do go that route, I'd be really interested to see how it plays out. I'm wishing for the best. I'm a Lakers fan. I hope they do something right. That'd be great. But we'll see.
Yeah, we will see indeed. And then speaking of the topic of basketball, yet again, WNBA news has fallen into our lap, except this time it has influenced the Olympic team. Caitlin
Yeah.
Clark. Caitlin Clark, not on the women's Olympic team.
Which is kind of wild to me. The biggest name
Yeah.
that the WNBA has had in a very, very long time, number one pick in the draft, selling out arenas, brought their attendance rates up, their viewage rate up, just doesn't get picked for the Olympic team.
Yeah, that's fucking insane. She was single-handedly elevating the WNBA. Whether you want to dispute those other people or not, no. Everyone, if you looked in any sort of tweet or any other social media or any video or any ESPN fucking Sports Center show, Sports Center with Scott Van Pelt, Stephen A. Smith, whoever the fuck, they were talking about Caitlin Clark during the college finals. They were not talking about the other players. It was just
Nope.
objectively true that she was the one who was kind of that all star. There were entire teams that were getting talked about, but then she was getting talked about as a single player and then
Yeah, her
continue to do
impact
it.
the WNBA is she's had already is just insane. You could go on FanDuel Sportsbook right now, and before you see the WNBA tab, you will see a tab that just says Caitlin Clark on it. Because I
There you
see it
go.
all the time because I'm a degenerate gambler that doesn't ever win. But the tab is there.
Yeah, and there you go. And that's what you really should be paying attention to actually. Now that I think about it. Don't worry about social media or ESPN. Worry about where people are throwing their money.
Yeah,
That's
on the
where the
sports
dollars
books,
are going. Sports books. They're betting money on a person so much that they have a singular category.
they do. And it's
So
before the WNBA tab as a whole.
there you go. Problem solved. But yeah, that's pretty fucking ridiculous that they decided to just shaft her on that.
Yeah, it kind of blows my mind. I wouldn't have seen that one coming at all. That was not on my bingo card.
Especially when it's like the entire world of competition, you know?
Yeah,
Like it's not just the national scale. It would be ridiculous at the national scale, but I'm just saying like every American who's going to want or going to be watching the Olympics, excuse me, and
what's Caitlin
specifically
Clark?
watching basketball, yeah, is going to want Caitlin Clark. That's who America was cheering for this whole time or hating this whole time. Regardless, you have to say objectively she is the one that everyone is talking about. So I don't know
No,
why USA
any
brought this up.
publicity is good publicity.
Yeah, Kennedy Carter didn't make it either.
Whoa.
Yeah, see,
Yeah.
like nothing came of that Kennedy. God.
But yeah, they really missed the mark on this one. They're already getting their viewership big in the United States for the first time in fucking forever. But now you had a chance to get your viewership pushed internationally. We're international. Don't forget that, WNBA. Thanks,
That's
guy in
right.
Brussels.
Shout out Brussels.
But they had a
Most indeed.
chance and they dropped the ball.
Yeah. I mean, hey, what else is new? Media fucking up. Probably try to retroactively fix it eventually, but it's too late. Or now they know that they can't back down because everyone's gonna call them out. They put themselves in a tough position. They shot themselves in the foot, and now they just have to reap the consequences. Is
And she's
really all
incredibly
it
mad
is.
about it.
Yeah. I mean,
She said that really lit a fire under her. She's not happy about this, respectively so.
yeah, yeah.
Because whether anybody wants to fully admit it or not, she is the face of the WNBA. Is she the best player? No. But
No.
she's bringing all the attention. She's bringing all the fans. She's making all the revenue.
And that's what
So,
I think people get that confused when we're saying Caitlin Clark is the face of the WNBA. Yeah, we're not saying she's the best player. I've never said she is the best player in the NBA. She's the best player in women's basketball history. Yeah, it's just she's the one who brought asses to seats, and mostly because she was a fucking demon from the 3-point line.
yeah.
And that's just anytime you see a splash brother or sister, it's awesome to see. It was like when Steph revolutionized the entire game of basketball with how amazingly accurate he was with the three-pointers. Now that has bled its way into the WNBA. And that's where it gets exciting because you don't know when somebody could pull it for a shot. Maybe she
Yeah.
goes into the fucking 3-point line. Maybe she tries to go into the paint, but no, she could do it from the logo and just get
Yep.
everyone on their feet.
Yep.
Percentage need not apply because when it
And fuck
hits,
it.
the crowd goes
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah. Fuck it.
No one remembers your misses as long as you're hitting step back 35-foot threes. That's pretty cool. And I like to watch highlight plays. So that's what's going to draw my attention along with everyone else.
Yep. Exactly. But hey, enough about that. Now we got to get back to our baby, NFL football,
Oh, yes.
and specifically digital NFL football, as Christian McCaffrey is going to be the cover of Madden 25.
Version 2.
Sounds okay. Yeah, I was gonna say it sounds pretty familiar.
It's our
And
second Madden 25.
he is the first running back on the cover since 2013. Do you know what game that was?
Madden
Madden
25.
25. Madden 25. Barry Sanders. I
Whoa,
literally
both Madden 25s have a running back.
I just thought about that, like, as I was saying it. I wasn't, like, saving that to surprise you. I just fucking, like, thought I was like, "Holy shit." 2013, yeah, that was when Madden 25 came out
Yep.
for the 2014 season. So, 2 running backs, 2 of the same game, and, 2 equally skilled play no, I'm just fucking with you. Just fucking with you guys. Everyone relax. I
Yeah,
know
guys, we all
very
know that CMC is better than Barry Sanders.
Yeah, exactly. Come on, we're not dumb.
Yeah, come on.
Miles. But no, seriously, good for CMC. I mean, he killed it. I was happy for him. I'm sure you had like a happy tear maybe shed. Like,
Yeah, a
hey,
couple.
yeah, he like found success after being in a place that actively tried to like, I don't know, derail his career.
Kill him.
Yeah, kill him. Literally worked him like a fucking dog, like a Michael Vick dog.
No,
Just
don't
having
worry.
him get the shit beat out of him.
I have a buddy, diehard 49ers fan. Shout out my boy Isaiah. He reminds me all the time that CMC is his baby now, and it's because my team decided to let him go there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's tough. But I mean,
I still love seeing him succeed because I don't think that he would have
yeah.
got anywhere with us other than an early retirement.
Yeah, I
So,
think that train had finally hit its last stop in the station and it
yep.
was time to move on. But good for him, you know. You love to see success wherever it is. And I mean, I like running backs. Just like the running game when it's really, really good, like it's been the past few years. You know, it took a little bit of a lull last year, not as high of yards, but still regardless, a good run can get anybody fucking hard as a rock.
Yeah, and even on top of that, him not only being arguably the best running back in the league, you could also line that man up in the fucking slot.
Yep. And that
On
dual
most
threat.
teams in the NFL, you could line him up at in any wide receiver spot, and he'd probably start.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, genuinely. Now you get to see his brother try to do that. Exactly that. Be a wide receiver.
Yep,
So we get to see if that McCaffrey gene is just like fucking unmatched or maybe
they do
just
have some crazy
built to grow.
genetics. Everybody
Yeah.
in that family has been a high tier athlete.
I was going to say Ed was a psycho too. Yeah. He was
His mom was an
break that in.
Olympic track athlete, I
Oh
think.
my god, yeah, see, there you go. I didn't even know that part. Oh my yeah. So, built different.
The
Pretty
McCaffrey
standard
boys are
definition.
built different.
Yeah, for real. But he made it. What do you think his rating's gonna be? 99, right? That gotta be.
Yeah, 99 Club, easy.
Yeah. Yeah, I already know they're gonna do Jonathan Taylor dirty. I mean, it's just like ever since they made him a 95 on the year where he was just a dominant force to be reckoned with, then he went downhill, and I just know his ratings are going downhill. I'm calling like 89 right now.
I was gonna go 86.
Ooh, it hurt a bit, but all right. I don't know. I don't think he's gonna be in the 90s. I'm gonna stick with 89 though. I think
I say
they
by
know
the
he's a
second
star.
ratings update, he'll be back in the 90s club.
Yeah, we gotta see what these boys can do. But moving on from that, now we move on to one of the most insulting, disrespectful, like Deflategate looks like a fucking tea party compared to the absolute bullshit that is going on with Joey Chestnut.
Yeah, a disgrace against all sports.
Legitimately, you have one of the top, probably the top athlete in human history, throating hot dogs
Yeah,
like it's
the
nobody's business.
original Glizzy Gobbler.
Exactly. And Nathan's decided to be a bunch of little bitches and say, oh, he wants to support vegan hot dogs? Fine. You
Fuck
can't
no.
do our competition. What the fuck? Like,
To
do
put
you
this into
know?
perspective for everyone else,
Yeah.
the people that aren't in, the glizzy gobbling realm, this is to put into perspective if when Tom Brady was on the Patriots winning Super Bowl after Super Bowl, if the NFL was just like, you know what? No, you're not playing anymore. Or if we
Like,
take Miami Heat
Tom
LeBron
Brady.
winning MVPs and championships, and the NBA's like, get out.
It's legitimate insanity.
They took
Insanity.
the face of their sport and just threw them in the trash.
And we're just like, we can't have you anymore. Like,
No, because you
y-
want to support vegan hot dogs, you bitch.
so, so what? Nathan, just
He's
know
still
your
gonna come on
place.
there and eat them.
Yeah. Like, who is more famous? Nathan's hot dogs or Joey Chestnut? Joey Chestnut made Nathan's hot dogs. Don't get it twisted, Nathan. Who the
He
fuck is
made you.
Nathan?
Yeah, no idea.
Yeah, me neither. Nathan, what's your last name?
Hot dog.
Hot dog. Hot dog water. Nasty ass. Punk
And so
ass.
that's what you get. I hope you go bankrupt.
Yeah, don't ever disrespect my goat, our goat, the nation's goat.
Joey
Do you know when the
Chestnut could host
competition
his
is?
own right now
The competition's on July 4th. He could host his own. The Joey
with his vegan
Chestnut
hot dogs.
Glizzy Goblin Vegan, I don't know, fucking eat off, whatever the hell. It would do much bigger numbers.
It
Actually, you know
would.
what? I think we're geniuses. I think you're predicting the future right now.
He's gonna host his own,
Yeah.
and he's gonna win.
Yeah. I mean, alpha move. Come one, come all. And then just get destroyed. That's
Yeah.
like if
Fuck,
Roger
fuck you,
Goodell just
Nathan.
went and threw for 300 yards and
Yeah,
then was
subbed
like,
himself in and was like, "This is my league now."
yeah, my league and I'm playing in it. Yeah, like, so yeah, you fucked up, Nathan. You
And
really
Joey,
fucked
if
up.
you're when you listen to this and you
Yeah, Joe.
decide, hey, that's a really good idea, at least shout out the podcast. Okay. We
Exactly.
could we
And
could
I mean,
we can't sponsor it either, but throw our logo up there or something.
exactly. That would be perfect. We're more than willing. I'll even try a vegan hot dog.
I'll show up.
Yeah, there you go.
I'd
I'll be
show
there
up to your
too.
event over I would the Pittsburgh
I
draft.
was thinking the exact same thing. I'll be like, you ain't getting me to fucking Pittsburgh, but I'll go show up to Joey Chestnut's vegan glizzy goblin fucking
Absolutely. Middle of the pack
monster
will be
competition.
there.
Yeah, confirmed. If invited. So Joey, when your notification pops up for the new episode, if invited, middle of the pack will be attending.
We'll be there. We got you, Joey.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You're our goat.
Mm-hmm. Throat goat.
The OG throat goat.
All right. And then with that being said, that leads us to the meat of the show.
Oh, yes. NBA Finals time.
NBA Finals time, baby. Like we said, we were going to wait until game 2 concluded. So just push it one day to the right. So that way we could give you our Pip's in-depth pro analysis and my average takes that everyone has already seen on their Twitter feed. I'm very excited. But I'm also at the same time, I'm excited because of the next game, but I'm really disappointed with how the first two have turned out, to be honest.
Yeah, we definitely missed the mark on our predictions, saying this was going back to Dallas 1-1, because it is not. It is 2-0. And Boston has just looked utterly dominant in games 1 and 2.
Yeah, they've looked like dominant, mean, just fucking put together too. Like I thought Dallas was just looking like they were firing on all cylinders throughout their playoff run. And then I just watched these first two games and they didn't have an answer for anything that Boston was throwing at them.
No, because none of their role players decided to show up and play basketball. They're like, well,
No.
maybe if I just stand in the corner or on the wing and watch Luka do something, we'll win basketball games. And then when they actually get a pass, they're like, well, what the fuck do I do with this? I'm scared. Luka, help me.
Exactly. Yeah, it's been a very, very bad start for Dallas Mavericks. I mean, Luca, yeah, he's doing all that he can for the time being, but
While
that is
hurt, by
going
the
to run
way.
its course. Hmm?
He's doing all this while he's hurt, by the way.
Oh, yeah, because he got a painkiller shot too right before the game, didn't he?
Yeah, and they're already saying that he's going to have to take another one before game 3.
I mean, shit, yeah, he does because he's the only motherfucker who's going to score.
Yeah, but you know what? Shout out Luka, because we saw a lot of these playoff games where the stars will just roll over and die. They're like, you know what? I'm just not going to play.
Thank you. See, you just read my fucking mind. That's
I
why
could
we are
feel it.
so
I could feel
insane.
Giannis's name coming to the
Oh
tip of
my
your tongue right
god,
now.
yeah, I was about to be like, "Look at Luka Giannis. Look at him. He wants to hold up a championship trophy. He is proving that he wants to hold up a championship trophy. He took the shot and he said, "Imma go out and Imma fucking play."
And I'm still going to
Because
drop 30.
and he did. Because if you
He
can't
did.
feel pain, if you can't feel what is hurting Giannis,
It doesn't
then
hurt.
it doesn't hurt. You're not injured.
You got a
You're
whole
not
off season to worry about that shit.
hour and a half for fucking 3 hours, however long these games tend to go. You're not injured.
Nope.
And then you're injured after, fine, do whatever. But
And excluding
Luka is
overtime,
18.
games are not even an hour long.
Exactly.
Actual play time. They're 48 minutes long.
Yeah. So it's not like we're going to be sitting there and you're going to be in pain. Yeah, 48 minutes of playtime.
That's it.
That's all you got to do.
Which you
That's
won't
all
even
you
play
have to
for
do.
48 minutes.
No,
The
you
only
won't?
person that does that on a consistent basis is Josh Hart.
Yeah. So there you go. Luka is, yeah, he's killing it. Kyrie is
Hasn't
getting
showed up yet.
killed. Yeah. I need him to show up because I went against him. He fucking sweep the team. I go for him and say how
He's
excited
getting
I am to see him, and
he's
he's getting
getting
fucking
swept.
swept.
I
Kyrie, what the fuck did I do to you, man?
don't know.
I'm just like, what do you want from me? Okay, just what do you need from me? What do you need from me to beat Boston? Because I know a lot of Boston fans, and I don't really need them to have another championship. I
No.
don't need them to have another reason.
As a Lakers fan, I don't want him to win either.
There you go. So, yeah, cat's out of the bag. Middle of the pack is not exactly polling for the Boston Celtics to win the NBA
No.
championship. I
No.
want to see fucking Luka and Kyrie Irving holding up a championship trophy, and Kyrie, don't turn into Karl Anthony Towns. I will go there if you keep this shit up.
We're
I,
on your ass. We're
we're
watching.
on your ass. We are watching. So just play basketball. like the dominant motherfucker you are, please. But anyways, other than that, Boston.
Looking
Boston's doing something.
incredible. Yeah, for sure. And I
Oh,
just want to preference that I 100% said Jrue Holiday was going to be a dog in this series. Go back, listen to it for all of you that think I'm bullshitting right now, because
yeah,
I'm not.
there's an upload date on that shit too. That's before game 1 or 2.
Yeah, I
So,
called this shit 100%. And now
exactly.
it's getting a lot of momentum on social media that this man could win finals MVP.
Better
And you
credit
know
Pip.
what? Yeah, I said it first.
Yeah, credit
I
Pip.
said it first.
I'll be making sure that every time I see it, I'm gonna be like, credit Pip. Middle of the pack had it first.
We did.
Middle of the pack had it first. And yeah, when it does inevitably happen, if it keeps going the way it's currently going, I don't know what we do now. I don't know if Pip's gonna be on for much longer. ESPN's gonna be blowing up his fucking phone.
Yeah, they're like, holy shit, this is sports Notre Dame. This guy just knows everything all the time.
Exactly.
Because
It's like,
you remember, I texted it to you. I had that a lot of people said wild take on Carl Anthony Towns. I sent you the post like 3 days later that it was like Carl Anthony Towns' role will be discussed with new ownership. I was like, I told you.
bam. I mean, it's just people just don't want to hear the hard truth sometimes. They want all their heroes to be the number one guys. They go to ESPN, they see the name Carl Anthony Towns a lot, so they're like, he must be good. He must be good. And yeah, he's good, but he's just not what the Wolves need. Not
But it's okay.
anymore.
I'm
That's
always here
okay.
to tell you all the truth. I
Yeah.
got you.
Yeah, there you go. Unfiltered, unedited sometimes takes
Yeah, that's what I'm here
on
for. Sometimes.
sometimes. But
But yeah,
yeah,
no,
Drew.
Boston is looking incredible. They're hitting at a high clip, except for Jason Tatum. Everybody's doing exactly what they need to do. They're hitting their open shots, except for Jason Tatum,
Mm.
and they're killing it. Jalen Brown's looking like a stud. He's living up to the quote Jason Kidd said where yeah, well Jalen is their best player. He's playing like it.
Yeah,
He's definitely
yeah.
playing like it. I think Jason Kidd said that to try to stir up the locker room. It didn't work. But Jalen Brown is definitely playing like their best player. Jason Tatum hasn't really showed up yet, even though he's almost averaging a triple double in the finals.
Yeah,
Almost.
but yeah, it's just his his impact hasn't really been felt as much as Jalen Brown or Drew Holiday, like you're saying,
No,
or
he's
even
he's he's been
Porzingis.
he's been getting rebounds and getting quality assists. His just offense, his normal offensive output and percentages that he shoots is in the garbage can right now.
Mhm.
He started game 2 0 for 6 from 3 before he finally hit one in like the fourth quarter. So,
Yeah, and I mean it's gonna be tough going into Dallas too, especially with that narrative with you being in the finals and then not being able to finish the job. And now if you're in the finals, you go into Dallas. If you keep up that play, at least offensively, that isn't up to par, and Dallas takes one, it could start slipping
uh-oh.
away. Yeah.
Yeah, because let's jog everybody's memory here. What was the last NBA finals that started out 2-0? I'll give everybody a chance to think about it. I don't want to just give you the answer straight up. It was Milwaukee and the Phoenix Suns. The Suns went up 2-0.
They did.
But who won the title? Milwaukee.
The Milwaukee Bucks.
So
Because
what you definitely don't want as the Celtics right now is you don't want to get this. You don't want to ride the high of this 2-0 lead, thinking, we got this shit. We've already won 2. Yeah, you won 2 at your home state, at your home court. You're supposed to.
yeah.
You're not supposed to drop one on the road. And that's the
Mm-mm.
same thing when you talk about the Dallas Mavericks. They have the same thing, and then now they're they're the underdog card, right? But now it's just transition back to their home court. 2-0 is nothing. That shit's been
Exactly.
overcome hundreds of times.
Yep.
2-0 is
And
nothing crazy.
that's like that's the best spot to be in when you're behind 2-0 is just getting back to home court. You get
At
your
least you get
bearings
to go
back
back home.
together. Yep. And then you just get to be comfortable for a night and lock in. You got the crowd that's on your side. You know every probably fucking square inch of that court. So all you gotta do is go down there, try to show them that you ain't getting swept, that you're actually here for the finals. You'll be good to go. Kyrie just needs to show up. I think he'll be much, much more comfortable not being in Boston anymore. He was like making his jabs at Boston, like, you're not loud enough, blah, 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 blah. But it was getting to him. You could tell it was getting to
I
him.
still don't think he's won a game at Boston since he left Boston.
Nope. Yeah, 0-13.
Yeah.
And then what is it? The Celtics, I think, are like 12-0 on Sundays this year. It was some weird ass stat that I heard about.
There's always a weird ass stat.
Yeah, there's always some weird ass stat that like doesn't really necessarily hold gravity, but everyone's like, "Well,
Oh, well, this team is
Sunday."
16-0 when they play on every third Thursday of the month past 7 o'clock at night. And it's like, that's cool.
Yeah. That's not going to change my bet. I don't know.
But no,
I can't
it's if
build a
you're the
parlay.
Mavericks, though, you're really not, obviously, you're not in a great spot. But at the same time, you're not in the worst spot either. Like, no one wants to look at it like, oh, we're down 0-2.
Yeah.
But if you are down 0-2, well, at least you're like, okay, well, we have our home court for the next two. So
Mhm.
there's definitely a chance that it switches back to Dallas. Dallas takes 3 and 4, and then boom, we're a tied series headed back to Boston.
Exactly. Well, then who do you, other than obviously Kyrie, who do you think the most important person, most important role player that kind of needs to get things going for the rest of the team as well? Or who do
PJ
they need to look
Washington,
to? PJ, yeah, that's what I was thinking as well. I was about to say the same thing. Because I know that, or I'm sure a lot of people know that he can do damage.
he
And
can.
if you let him get hot and just let him get rolling, I feel like it would almost be contagious. Kind of like it would reset the flow a little bit. Because Luca's always going to be Luca, and that is just law at this point. But if
Yeah,
you
but
just
they
get,
could also really use some highlight plays or
yeah,
just some highlight defensive stops from Derek Lively. I feel like
yeah,
every time that he goes crazy on, when I say go crazy for Derek Lively, I don't mean he's going to come out there and drop 30 or even 20 most of the time. I mean, Derek Lively swatting something into the first row or dunking on somebody, like something that he does on a consistent basis for his level of play. He brings a lot of energy to that team. He's not your guy that's going to come out there and drop 25 and carry you,
yeah.
but he's definitely a guy that brings that high energy, that high defensive prowess. That's his thing. He's an athletic big man,
Hmm.
and they could really use some athletic plays from him to really spark that crowd, especially being back in Dallas. The more
Yeah.
highlight plays that you can produce on your home stadium, the more it's going to rattle the opposing team because that crowd's going to go stupid.
Mhm. Mhm. All you gotta do is get Boston uncomfortable for just a little bit, and then just pounce, attack, take the advantage, and then just keep that momentum flowing through both games. Boom, you got a tied series just like that. They gotta
So it's
prove that
it's,
they are
it's
also
definitely
gonna
not
go.
over.
No, no. A lot of people are already mailing it in, and I haven't thought that once.
I'm sure there's a
I've
lot of people in Boston that have already went and got 2024
Oh, no.
championship tattoos.
Oh, no. They got, like, fucking there's at least one dude with, like, a Tatum Finals MVP one too.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure he's already got that removed. But
Or at least panicking a little bit. He might be sweating a
yeah,
little bit
he's sweating. He's
with a
scared.
fucking neck tat right here or
Yeah.
some shit like that.
But no, it's far from over. These are
Yeah.
two very competent basketball teams.
Mhm.
One's just playing a lot better than the other right now, but a lot of things are about to shift, I feel, going back to Dallas for sure.
Oh, yeah, and I mean, one big caveat that just broke today too for game 3 is that old Porzingis, he might not be playing.
Yeah, he is listed now as day to day, but
Mhm.
even though it is listed as day to day, their coach described it as a quote unquote serious injury.
Yeah, I was reading about it, and I don't really know what happened still
It
because
I don't remember the exact medical terms for it, but he dislodged something in his knee that
yeah,
caused some tendon in his knee to disconnect.
yeah.
I think if you have a
I saw something
disconnected
like that.
tendon in your knee, I don't feel as if you're going to be able to run up and down the floor and tomorrow.
No, not usually. Yeah, I could say that's pretty fair. I mean, I'm looking for it
So
right now.
day to day is wild. I
Yeah,
could probably
he
find it.
rare injury. He had a torn medial retinaculum, what the hell, in his left leg, but he told reporters Tuesday that he'd do whatever it took to play.
Yeah,
However,
because
Boston
that
coach revealed,
allows the dislocation of posterior tibial. I'm not a doctor.
yeah, come on.
Tibulus tendon.
That's a fake fucking name, but still, yeah, that tendon, okay, got disconnected.
Yeah, he tore something in his knee that caused a tendon to disconnect.
Not good.
Yeah, I don't. I'm not, like I said, not a doctor. Don't really know the severity of those things. But I couldn't imagine if you told me that it's my tendon in my knee disconnected, that I would be able to run up and down a basketball floor tomorrow.
Yeah, even for like, if at all, it's not going to be very long, even if he does decide to play. So regardless, you're not going to be seeing a lot of Porzingis probably because I bet
Probably
once he
not.
starts running up and down, if he so decides or somehow gets cleared, he'll probably regret that decision pretty quickly.
He probably won't play more than the first quarter.
Exactly.
And he doesn't
Because
even start right now. So really, we might not see him much at all.
yeah, I got a feeling those minutes are going to be pretty limited. But that's one guy out. Next man up, Sam Hauser, obviously, um, is the exact replacement for Porzingis. Hey Sam, hey man, if you want to like drop 30 on a night, as long as you still lose, I'm cool with it. Just rep the city real quick and go home. All good. But nah, it's gonna be interesting to see because everyone got really, really excited when he came back, especially in that
Yeah,
game one.
he lit it up game one.
Yeah, game one was just everyone was fucking ecstatic.
Well, he's out
And I
again.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's he came as fast as or left as fast as he came back. So
I know if I was him with a 2-0 lead, I'd probably take a game off.
oh yeah, at least one. Like
Yeah.
this is the perfect time not to overextend yourself because the games are gonna mean a lot more as they go on. And if they
Yeah,
do go
they're
on.
gonna need
So
you. They're gonna need you more, a lot more, if the series extends. But you're up 2-0. There's no chance of you going home permanently from the playoffs. There's no chance of you losing the finals this next game.
yep,
Take a game off.
exactly. Put the leg up, dude. Fucking relax. Get in
Wear some
there.
street clothes. You'll be all right.
Mm-hmm. And nobody can be worried about you. You know, they're just gonna be worried about you for the next game. If they see you sitting down, they're like, all right, good. Maybe he'll recover. Maybe it'll be a
He's resting
miracle.
up for game 4. You know,
Exactly. Give the city of Boston hope. Go ahead.
I
I
love when
wouldn't
they have
mind that.
hope, as long as someone takes it away.
Exactly. All right, so now it's time for no shit predictions. So these next two games, do you see Dallas taking them both? Like
I want
honestly,
them to.
yeah, I also want them to. But based on how Dallas is currently playing, does that actually magically take a 180 turn when they're in Dallas, or is it going to take? Are we going to get scared because it's going to be a 3-0 and everyone's going to think it's over?
I think that they take game 3.
Okay, and
I'm
then
on the
game four
fence about
versus.
game
Yep,
4
that's what I was. Yep, yep. I
because
was going to say
Boston
game
is
three.
sadly too talented to really let the road phase them that much.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I could definitely see a world where Dallas comes out tomorrow, smacks them in the mouth, and everybody, they're gonna get shook up a little bit. They might win by like 12-15. But Boston is too good to just crumble like that completely. And then I see if Dallas wins game 4, it will be close. I see a close
yep.
game 4. I do see a close game 4. I don't want to make a prediction. I really don't, that far out. What I'll do tomorrow, and I'm saying Dallas is going to win tomorrow. I'm not
Yeah.
really sure I haven't looked at the spread. It's probably going to be like 9.
Let's see. Celtics Mavs spread is currently at. 2.5.
Oh, a lot closer than I thought.
Yeah, shit.
Yeah, so I would take Dallas tomorrow.
Yeah,
I could
I can
definitely
get on
see
board.
that one. Yeah, I could see that one being maybe a double-digit victory. And
Mhm.
then game 4, I see it being close. I don't know which way it's gonna go, but I could definitely I could predict that one being a close game.
Yeah, I think I'm on the same track as that. Just because also Boston, just due to the theme that they've been running in the playoffs, they usually drop one, and I feel like game 3 is the most fitting to drop one. You go down into Dallas and then, like you said, get punched in the mouth a little bit, and then I'm curious to see if it'll shake him up. Is that what Kyrie needs to kind of his get right game, and then all of a sudden he's a demon? But I heard a really good point that Kyrie's a lot easier to defend for the Celtics is because they were Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum were practicing with him for a couple years there.
They do.
So they learned his habits to some degree. They seem to know where he's going to go better than the entire Minnesota Timberwolves did.
And also at the same time, the Celtics have a lot more elite defenders
Yeah.
than most. Because most teams, it's like, yeah, we got one guy that we could throw at him to be like, please help us. No, the Celtics, they got probably 3
Mhm.
that can just switch on to Kyrie at any point, and they're like, okay, we'll live with it.
Yeah, exactly. You could Drew could get tired and then fucking Derek White could come in, pick up the slack like it's nothing.
Drew Holiday, Derek White, Jaylen Brown.
Yep.
I'm sure we all saw the clip in game 2. Kyrie on an island with Jaylen Brown,
Oh,
and
yep.
Jaylen Brown locked that shit up.
Yeah. So, that's definitely going to be it's not going to get easier from Dallas. I think it's just about Dallas turning it around cuz I'm pretty sure I'm going to agree with you and say Boston's going to stay pretty consistent throughout the series. I don't
I
see
would assume.
them I don't see them getting shaken up at all. So Dallas just needs to start getting their shit together. Kyrie needs to figure it the fuck out. Dude, just dribble. Like we all seen you dribble before. Just keep
Just
dribbling
dribble.
faster. Not shut
Just
up and
do it.
dribble too. Just dribble. I mean, you're so good at it. And
Yeah.
you spin and you shoot the basketball and then you score. When you do it and you get points out of it, that's way better than what you've been doing these past 2 games.
And really, Dallas hasn't even played bad. They just haven't hit their shots.
Yeah, that's what it's gonna come down to. Because I was gonna say I don't think Kyrie's hit a 3 yet. He's hit like 1. Yeah, he was
No,
like, oh,
he hasn't.
he hasn't hit 1 at all. Yeah, so
No.
hit your threes, man.
Hit your open looks. Even
Yeah.
his normal like pull up middies that he doesn't really miss very often. They're just not hitting.
Mm-mm. Can't be. Yeah, he's not doing as many magic tricks as usual.
No.
But we'll see what happens. Game 3 tomorrow night. So by the time that this episode comes out, it'll actually be tonight. So we'll be going over game 3 and game 4, and I hope to God we'll be able to preview a game 5.
Let's hope so. I really
I
hope so.
I really hope so too, because if we can't, oh buddy, we might have to
We're actually gonna have to plan these things.
we're gonna have to get like an MLB.TV subscription or some shit.
Yeah, we're actually gonna have to plan how we're gonna run through these podcasts, other than our like 10-minute bullshit session where we're really just talking to each other.
Yeah, I can't imagine what that's gonna look like. I
We're
just
like, how many episodes are we in? We made what, like 6 episodes?
yeah,
Yeah, all
something
of
like
them.
that.
We're shooting from the hip, and we're fucking killing
Mhm,
it.
exactly.
But as
So
soon as
imagine
basketball's over, it's not gonna be shooting from the hip no more.
I don't know. I feel like scripted Pip and Fax might look a lot shittier. I
It
don't.
might be a whole lot more of bullshit.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, I know that other podcasts, especially ones that I listen to, I know that part of my take did a rating of all 32 quarterbacks. So we might have to just straight up steal that shit from them and start doing that.
We could do it.
I'm totally down because I mean, obviously we all know my 32, but I'm interested what it's going to be like as we start climbing up the ladder because they did
Yeah.
it mostly as like a joking way. And I feel like if you and I kind of get into the mix, like we'll have pretty similar, but there might be some contention down
Yeah,
the middle of the line.
Predicting a future episode. I like it.
There you go. But yeah, that's what we got for the NBA Finals. Oh, and I also, before I forget, fuck you. Before I forget, sorry, hit my mic. Uh, NHL. I have you guys'
Yeah.
update.
Hockey. We got
I
you,
have
hockey guys.
exactly hockey guys. I know that you've been fucking foaming at the mouth waiting for this all episode. But the Panthers are up 2-0.
The favorites are winning.
Yep. So yeah, that's hockey talk.
There's your hockey take.
That's all we got. I'm sorry. One day, I'm sure once we start getting paid to do this, I would be much more inclined to broaden my sports horizon
For
to
sure.
give you guys a better idea, or I mean, I guess a better just analysis or summary of what's going on. But when it comes time, or excuse me, when it comes to right now, I'm just going to watch the shit I usually watch and try to maybe sneak a couple of games in, some baseball here, some hockey there, and I'll try to catch up as
We'll
much
get
as
you
I
one day
can.
other sports.
Yeah, 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 one day.
One
But for
day.
now, this is what you get. So deal with it. I know your
Love
mom
it.
loves it.
Oh yeah, she
Yeah.
does.
Oh yeah. Yeah. She was real excited for episode 6. Like really excited.
So we produced.
As we always do.
Of course.
But yeah, that's all we got for you guys today. Stay tuned next week for some game 3, some game 4. Maybe another athlete will get fucked over by Nathan's hot dogs. Maybe Caitlin Clark will be back in the Olympics. We don't know. We're
Who
not
knows?
we're not fortune tellers. We're usually right about our sports takes, but you never know. The
And
world
I'll
could
be
turn
here to
on its
talk
head.
about my VIP experience with the Chiefs.
That's right. Look forward to that because that will be happening the day you are listening to this. We will be getting, we will be booking our exclusive interview with a player to be determined, to be named.
Yeah.
We already know who it is because it's us,
Yeah, we can't tell you
but
though.
we just can't tell you guys yet. So yeah, so stay tuned for that. Other than that, this is middle of the pack,
I'm Pip.
and I'm Fax. We'll see y'all later. Peace.
Peace.